going on, guys? Today we are talking about 5 steps to take the TOEFL at home. Let's go! Hey everyone, it's Juva. I took the TOEFL at home a few days ago, and before taking it I had so many questions. Yeah, what do I need to take it at home? What's it like to take the test at home? In this video I'm gonna answer all these questions and I want to tell you about my experience taking it at home. Here we go! Number 1. Equipment check. Before you register, make sure that the test is available in your country. In some countries it's available, in some it's not. After that, check the device list provided by ETS. ETS allows only certain devices to take the test. For instance, smartphones and tablets are not allowed. So check that list and check whether you are allowed to take the test with your device. What you need to know is that ETS provides the test, but the test is administered by ProctorU. That means when you take the test, a proctor is watching you the whole time to make sure that you're not cheating. I mean, we wouldn't do that anyway, right? But it's like that. What you now need to do is make sure that your computer fulfills the requirements. And I'm showing you how to do this now. Okay, let's start. So what you first want to do is open the browser that you're gonna use on test day. You can either use Firefox or Google Chrome. I used Chrome, it worked perfectly fine for me, so I will show you everything in Chrome now. You open the browser, and what we first need to do is make sure that we have the current version of Chrome. To check that, just click on the 3 dots in the top right corner, go on Help and click on About Google Chrome. As you can see, it's checking for updates and now it's already telling me that everything's up to date. That's perfect. So we can go on with our next step. I go to the tested out page of ProctorU, and as you can see here, it's already automatically checking my equipment. So that seems okay. The camera is working fine, the microphone too. We have an issue with the flash player here, so we need to solve that. Operational system is also fine, bandwidth also fine, perfect. So in case you have an issue with any of these 3 things here, just click on the lock icon in the top left corner. And as you can already see, my camera and microphone is fine because I've allowed access, but my flash player is blocked. If you don't see this here, just click on Site Settings, and under Privacy and Security, you can see that you can change all the settings. So as you can see here, my camera is allowed, my microphone is allowed too, so that's perfect, but my flash player is blocked. So we change that into Allow. Then just close the window, and as you can see here, to apply your updated settings to the site, reload this page. I click on reload and now everything should be fine. That looks good. So as you can see, my flash player is fine now, everything else too, so that's great. So what I would recommend is to check your equipment again with a real human being. That's also what ProctorU recommends here. They say that the automated check does not guarantee that everything works on test day. To do this, just scroll down, fill out the form and connect to a live person. A chat window will open and then a real human being will check your equipment. I did that because it gave me some confidence and peace of mind that everything would work on test day. So I can really recommend that to you. So that's it. We're done with our equipment check, so we can go on to the next step. Number 2, register. Now you're ready to create your accounts at ETS and ProctorU. First you need to create an account at ETS. That's where you fill in your ID details and where you pay for your test. After that, you can create an account at ProctorU. When you have created your account, you will see that in the top right corner there is a button that says Schedule. You click on that and a calendar will open, and now you're able to schedule your test. You can pick any day or time that you want, provided that a proctor is free. If you want to schedule your test and there are only very few slots available, or they are only available at weird times, don't panic. When I first wanted to schedule my my test after registering. There were only very few slots available, and some of them were at midnight, where I definitely didn't want to take the test. And the day after that, I had a look at the calendar again, and I realized that many slots had opened up, and I was able to find a slot at a time that suited me well. So just wait for 1 or 2 days, because the free slots are always changing. I'd recommend you to keep in mind that you choose a time for your test where you can concentrate best. I chose to take my test in the morning at 9 a.m. because that's where I can concentrate best. And I think that if you're comfortable with the time, this makes the whole test taking a lot easier. After scheduling your test, you only need to do 2 more things. First, you need to install the ETS browser. That's the browser you will use for taking the test. You can find the link below. Now I'm going to show you how to install the ETS browser. You open a browser of your choice and type in the link. Now we are on the ETS website, and as you can see here, it says download and install the ETS browser on the computer you will use for the test. To fully install it, you must run the file after downloading it. So that's exactly what we are gonna do now. I have a PC, so I download the Windows version. So it tells me that I can save the exe file here. So let's see. Here it is. I double click. And it should open now, and yes, so I click on install and it's already done. As you can see here, this is the ETS browser, so now it's installing. I guess we have to wait a bit, and it's starting. Let's see, seems like something's opening here. Okay, application load in progress. This looks great. It says we were successful. Perfect. After installing it, they ask you to make an audio check. You simply hit the recording button, then you speak for a minute, and then it tells you whether everything's fine. The second thing you need to do is download an extension provided by ProctorU. You will get a link to that extension via email. ProctorU will send you that mail after scheduling your test. You just click on that link, and then you are directed to a site where you can download the extension. And that's it! You fulfilled all the technical requirements, you booked your test, you're ready to go! Number 3. Essentials. You need 3 things to take the test. In the test center, you would normally write on paper with a pencil. In the home edition, you are not allowed to do that. You can either use a whiteboard or transparency sheet, and you need to write with a non-permeable pen. And in the end, you need to erase your notes. So you need a towel or wet wipes. I'd recommend you to put white paper in your transparency sheets like this. I did that because I didn't want to see my desk all the time while writing, and I found it much more convenient. So I can definitely recommend that to you. Number 4. Room. On test day, you need to be in a quiet room, and this is very important. You need to be alone. So make sure nobody enters the room while you are taking the test. I would recommend you to prepare your room 1 day before the test. It is very important that on your desk there are only items that you are allowed to have there during the test. This means your transparency sheets, a whiteboard, your pen, your towel or wet wipes, your ID, and this is very important. You need your ID, and of course your computer. Make sure that there is nothing else on or under your desk. No books, no smart devices, etc. Number 5. Test day. So it's test day, you're ready to go. That's great, that's awesome. Before your test, put on some nice clothes. Remember that ProctorU will take a photo of you, and this photo will be sent to all the institutions that receive your score, so keep that in mind. Also make sure that you are well fed and hydrated. The test is demanding. And remember, you are not allowed to drink or eat anything during the test. So make sure that you are not going in there hungry or thirsty. Now you're ready to go. Take a deep breath. and log into your ProctorU account. In the right corner, you will see a timer that is counting down, and when that timer reaches 0, a link will appear and you can click on that link and check in. It is very important that you are punctual because check-in is only allowed until 15 minutes after your scheduled time, so make sure you are punctual. Then you check in, you need to take a photo of your face with your webcam, you need to take a photo of your ID, and then the proctor will connect to you and start chatting and speaking to you. Keep in mind that the proctor can hear and see you all the time, but you cannot see the proctor. You can only hear him and you can chat with him. The proctor will then ask you to do 3 things. First, you need to show him your room with your webcam. He needs to see that there are no prohibited items. Then you also have to show your screen. You can use either a mirror or the camera of your smartphone to do that. Don't forget to switch off your smartphone after that and place it without reach. And you have to show him your whiteboard or boards if you have several, and your transparency sheets. And it's important that you show him the front and the back of each sheet or board and that you count them. In the end, when you have taken your notes, you need to erase the notes, and again you have to show him all the transparency sheets and the whiteboards and the front and the back, so that the proctor can be sure that you erased all of your notes. If you have any questions, now is the best time to ask the proctor, because after that the test will start. So if there is anything you are unsure about, just ask. The test is the same as in a test center. There are 4 sections: reading, listening, speaking and writing, and also in that order. After the first 2 sections there is a break of 10 minutes. This will be shown to you on the screen, then you are allowed to go. I would definitely recommend you to drink a glass of water and already focus on the next part, that is the speaking section. Make sure you return on time. This is very important because you're only allowed to take a break for 10 minutes. After the break, the proctor will ask you to show him your room again, and then you are allowed to continue with the test. And that's it. After the test, you're done. The last thing you need to do, and I already said that, you need to erase your notes in front of the webcam. So I showed the proctor every of my transparency sheets and erased the notes. I always showed him the front and the back, and I counted them so that he could be sure I'd erased everything, and then I was allowed to leave. Spoiler alert, if you use a blue pen, you might look like those guys from Avatar. Yeah, that's it. If you're at this point, you have officially done the TOEFL at home. Great! I shortly want to talk about my experience when taking the test at home. I really found it quite convenient. I didn't experience any technical issues, so if you fulfill the requirements, I can definitely recommend doing it at home. I hope I could give you some insights into what it's like to take the TOEFL at home. If you take it, I wish you all the best. See you next time!